Hello everyone, this video will quickly go through how to 100% the Labyrinth Warriors event. There's a lot of rewards and there's a lot of different moving parts, so hopefully this video will try to make it as simple as possible. I haven't been making a lot of videos recently because I'm super busy with work and I'm still very busy, so this video will be pretty rough in terms of editing. But when Hu Tao comes out, I'll be doing a lot of summons for her and then hopefully Staff of Homa as well. So stay tuned for that. For this event, you go through 5 different dungeons of different difficulty. The first one, the easiest, the last one being the hardest, obviously. And then, as you complete the dungeons, you get these tokens called age token. And using these age tokens, you can buy out this entire shop of rewards. There's a lot of good stuff in here, so make sure you clear out all this shop. And with the H tokens, you can also get a free Xingyang. To get a free Xingyang, you have to complete this particular dungeon. So you just have to complete it once. And you have to accumulate 4,000 H tokens. That means get 4,000 in total. And then you have to actually spend 1,000 to get her. Other than that, there's these martial trials in which you can get a bunch of Primo gems and a bunch of Mora. And these are just certain conditions you have to fulfill during the dungeons. Down here we have some specific quests that you have to do for specific dungeons. So when it says you have to complete this dungeon without using any curative emplacements to heal, that means there's these particular rooms in the dungeons in which you can heal the characters as well as swap around your team, and just don't use that to complete this. And down here we have a few quests that involves a destructible object. So destroy destructible objects and destroy the explosive barrels. These are pretty straightforward. There is one buff that you can get in the dungeons that make you take no damage from the explosive barrels. So that would be useful to finish this quest. So other than the age tokens, you also get these paper samurai currency, and you can use those to upgrade these passives. And these passives are bonus buffs for every dungeon that you go to. Some of these are really useful, so just level these up as you will. We also have these active skills that you can take with you to the dungeons. I haven't really used any of these yet because the dungeons have been pretty easy so far, but I imagine the more difficult dungeons will require me to use some of these. So just pick whichever ones you think will be useful for your team. Let's actually go into the dungeon and show you around. So once you're actually in the dungeon, press U to open up a mini-map of the current floor. And you can see there's different rooms with different icons. So the swords icons mean the room will just be a battle. And this icon means the room will be like a healing room, which I talked about before. And this question mark icon means it's a room where you can get some charms. And I'll explain about charms later. And this chest room, there's one exquisite chest somewhere in the room, and you have to kind of look around to find it. It's not always in the most obvious place, but it's also not that hard to find. And then this decisive emplacement is the boss room. Once you finish this boss room, you either complete the dungeon if you're on the last floor, or you just move on to the next floor. Alright, so charms, these are buffs that you can get throughout the dungeon, and they are active for the entire dungeon run, but they don't carry on over to your next dungeon run. Curse seals, they're basically like charms, except they're not buffs, they're debuffs, and you can get them randomly by opening these charm rooms, or you can get them by stepping on some traps around the dungeon. And then we have these trial rewards, so you have to pay attention to these to 100% the labyrinth. Okay, so you get these different currencies upon completing the dungeon if you meet these conditions. For this first dungeon, all you had to do is just complete the different battle rooms at different difficulty levels. Another thing you have to be careful of is there are these halls that connect the rooms, these corridors that connect the rooms. And sometimes they can contain small chests, which actually give you a lot of mora. And you also have these shiny spots where you can pick up some paper samurais. So if you want to 100% this dungeon, make sure you go through each hall and each connecting corridor to confirm that you haven't missed anything. That's basically it for this event. I hope this video made things pretty straightforward for you. Have fun with the event.